Besides Dan, what is Dan's character's name?
William Penn.
Platypus.
William Penn.
Oh man, okay.
And William has an unusual obsession. What is that?
Platypus.
Yeah.
We've already answered that one. Okay.
Platypus?
I'm a founding father who cannot get enough of the platypi.
Alrighty. And we need a name to this young lady here. Something uncommon. Something that William Tell would not know.
William Penn.
William Penn. Sorry. Wrong historical William.
David.
Her name is David.
Yes.
David. Now, David has an unusual occupation. What is that?
Squirrel.
You're a Pokemon.
Of course I am.
Pokemon hunter.
You're a Pokemon.
Did he say Squaddle?
Squirtle.
Squirtle or Squirtle?
Squirtle or squirrel?
Squirrel.
Oh, squirrel.
Squirrel.
Oh,
Okay.
even better. Good. Something to know something about.
That's great work if you can get it.
Now, what is this gentleman's name? Something unusual that we wouldn't see every day.
Petunia.
This is Petunia. And Petunia has nothing to do with flowers, but
Charmander.
pardon me?
Charmander.
We're going back to the Pokemon. I don't know if these guys know much about Pokemon.
I'm sure Petunia does.
But Petunia is a Pokemon expert. And so they're going to tell you a story. And we're going to start over here with Dan because he's had a little bit of time to think. We're going to tell you a story. All right. William, would you please begin?
Hello, my name is William Penn. You may not necessarily know me, but you know what I've left behind. Pennsylvania. That's, well, let me just say, you're welcome for that one. The Gettysburg, the Harrisburg, the Philadelphia, the Pittsburgh, all of those are land that was brought and named after me, William Penn.
My name is David. I prefer to go by the name of David. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. That's unimportant. What is very important is that I am an expert on bushy-tailed squirrels. They are uncommon. People think they're very common, but they're not. These bushy-tailed squirrels are only found in one place, Pennsylvania. Yes, the home of our country almost, where things were penned, if you will, and this country was formed. That is where the bushy-tailed squirrel is from.
That's where pencils go for vacation.
Hello, my name's Petunia. And you might not know it just by looking at me, but I am the foremost Pokemon expert in the United States. I've been studying Pokemon, and I have found that their origin in the United States was on the East Coast in the Mid-Atlantic region. I've been tracking them, and I think I have found their point of origin, and I will be able to capture them in my Pokeballs, and I will use them, I will train them, and use them in my Pokemon battles, and I will become a Pokemon champion.
Switch.
Now, some of you might be wondering, as the founder of Pennsylvania, how am I here today? The answer is time machines, folks, time machines. The reason I have traveled to this time period is the explosion of the platypus, or platypi, if we are talking about plurals of this creature. I love platypus. And I have traveled back to this time because my great state of Pennsylvania is currently occupant to the world's largest platypusi home.
But there is one natural predator to that bushy-tailed squirrel. And it's also only found in Pennsylvania. It is the platypus. That marsupial is the bane of the squirrel, the bushy-tailed squirrel's existence.
Now, I've recently come upon a new Pokemon called the Platyspirlion. It is unbelievable. It has a flat, bushy tail and a bill. And it is possibly the most powerful Pokemon known to man. It can do a tail slap, strike, and lightning strike all at the same time. And nothing can withstand its force.
Switch.
As a founding father, I cannot help but frolic through the woods of my great state of Pennsylvania, seeing a platypus over there, a platypus over there. I am filled with joy as I sprint through the woods, looking at all of the beautiful animals that nature has provided me, but paying special attention to the platypus. But what do I see? A squirrel has the audacity to attack my platypus. Oh, this will not stand. I will take a stand against these squirrels. They will not be able to defeat me and my platypi.
And there I saw it. It was a bushy-tailed squirrel sticking up for itself. It went after that platypus. It's like, oh no, I don't care about your bill or your marsupialness. I don't care about that because I'm going to go after you. Hey, that squirrel's kind of looking like it's interested in that platypus. Do I see some lightning happening between those two creatures?
And so, on that fateful day, I saw the squirrel and the platypus merge into this Platyspirlicon. And lightning was going out in all directions. It was an incredibly dangerous moment in time, but I knew I had to get closer. And closer I would get. I snuck up upon it, tree by tree, shrubbery by shrubbery, bush by bush, but let me not repeat myself. It was unbelievable. They were together, merging into one creature.
Switch.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Here I thought I was alone with my platypusi in the woods, only to be surrounded now by squirrels and two other people. One, David, right? It's just David. I don't know where David comes from. And the other one was a flower of some sort. I couldn't quite remember it, but it was quite scary. And
That's when I saw them. That weirdo in the old-fashioned costume and that other guy in a Pokemon costume. They were walking upon the platypus and the squirrel that were going after each other with...
Switch.
And suddenly, the tail swept around, the static electricity created by the fur
Switch.
electrified the air. Everywhere you looked, there was this platypus squirrely guy with the lightning strike cape.
And I thought, when and where is Benjamin Franklin coming with his key? We need a lightning rod.
And I found that the steel pants I wore that day was a really bad idea because it was conducting electricity all through my body and it started to shoot.
The audacity of this David calling upon my arch nemesis Benjamin Franklin? Are you kidding me? It was with that aggression that I approached David, taking the other gentleman, who I now learned was named Petunia, and I saw the steel
Pants. And that was when that weirdo...
Switch.
Grabbed us both
Switch.
threw us together, creating an ultimate strike Pokemon collection annihilation move that none of us survived.
And the end.